It's very sad how people condemn others for what they themselves are guilty of. It's a very sad thing when people, flawed, imperfect people, stand boldly to condemn others as if they are saints, as if they've never sinned, as if their hands are clean. But let me remind you of something powerful that Jesus did, something that should stop every one of us in our tracks. Let's take a look at the script in John 8. A woman was caught in the act of adultery. The religious leaders dragged her out, humiliated, broken, exposed, not to seek justice, but to trap Jesus, to make a public spectacle, to prove a point, to use someone else's sin to elevate their own fake righteousness. They said, "Moses said we should stone her. What do you say, Jesus?" But Jesus didn't even look at them at first. He stooped down and wrote on the ground. And when they kept pressing him, he said one sentence, one divine sentence that shattered their pride. "He that is without sin among you, let him cast the first stone." And then silence. Conviction began to speak louder than their stones. From the oldest to the youngest, they walked away, one by one, because deep down they knew they were just as guilty. Reflection. Why do we act like the Pharisees today, quick to judge, eager to shame, ready to cancel someone for the same sins we secretly commit? We gossip about the addicted while we're addicted to gossip. We condemn someone's sexual sin while watching pornography in secret. We shame someone's child for rebellion while ours are far from perfect. It's very sad how we wear masks of holiness, but forget that we too were once broken. We too were once caught in sin, and it was mercy, not exposure, that saved us. This is what Jesus is saying to everyone who is facing condemnation right now. When everyone else left, Jesus looked at the woman and asked, "Where are your accusers? Has no one condemned you?" And she said, "No one, Lord." And Jesus, the only one who truly had the right to condemn, said, "Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more." Do you see that? Jesus didn't excuse her sin. He forgave it. He didn't ignore the truth. He showed mercy and gave her the strength to change. So before you point fingers, ask yourself, are you without sin? Before you condemn, remember how much mercy God showed you. Before you disgrace someone, remember how Jesus covered your shame. Let us be people of compassion, not condemnation. Let us restore, not destroy. Let us speak truth, but with love. Because the same grace that saved you might just be what they need too. The next time you're tempted to throw a stone, remember the ground Jesus stooped to write on. Maybe, just maybe, he was writing your name too. Covered by mercy, forgiven by grace, given another chance. So give someone else theirs. If this message touched your heart, share it with someone who needs grace, not judgment. Leave a comment if you've ever experienced God's mercy when you deserved shame. Subscribe for more life-changing truths from God's Word. And sadly, this same story from John 8 is playing out in our world today, not in ancient robes, but on social media timelines, in church gossip circles, in group chats, in cancel culture. Today, people don't drag others to the temple. They drag them on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. They take screenshots. They share private moments. They twist narratives, all to disgrace someone else, just to feel better about themselves. But here's the truth. It's easier to expose someone than to heal them. It's easier to gossip than to intercede. It's easier to point than to reflect. Modern-day hypocrisy is what we're facing today. The same man who mocks a single mother online abandoned his own child. The same woman who calls another unholy is secretly battling her own sexual sin. The same churchgoer who whispers about a young girl's lifestyle forgets they once begged God for forgiveness in a secret moment. We live in a world where people act holy in public, but ignore the rot in their private lives. It's very sad. You know what's crazy? The people who threw the most stones at that woman in the Bible didn't bring the man she committed adultery with. Why? Because it was never about justice. It was about punishment, shame, ego, power. And we do the same today. We protect what we like and crucify what we dislike, even if both are wrong. But God is not fooled. He sees the heart. He hears the conversations you thought were private. He knows what you do when no one is watching. And guess what? He still loves you, but He's calling you higher, not to throw stones, but to show mercy, not to disgrace others, but to lift them back up. Because if Jesus, the only sinless one, chose to forgive the woman, what makes you think you're better than Him? He said, "Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more." That's the balance, grace and truth, not one without the other. The goal is not to ignore sin, but to restore the sinner. So I ask you today, are you using your hands to lift people or throw stones? Are you using your voice to pray for them or to ruin their reputation? Jesus is still writing on the ground today, but maybe now He's writing about how you judged, how you shamed, how you forgot where He picked you from. If we are ever going to see healing in this generation, we must return to humility, to compassion, to love, not just in church, but online, in private, in how we treat those who have fallen. Because one day, it might be you standing in the dust, needing grace, hoping no one throws the first stone. And in that moment, may you hear the voice of Jesus whisper, "I do not condemn you. Go and sin no more." If this message spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Someone needs to hear this kind of love. Pray for those you've judged. And let's be the kind of people who lift others up, not tear them down. Because when the world throws stones, let's be the ones who offer grace.